Hi, it's Heather. I just wanted to hop on and answer some questions I've been getting about Coach in Your Pocket. So, what is it and how does it work? So, Coach in Your Pocket is the ability to get unlimited coaching with me to get into action. For those who know me, or if you're just new to my world, welcome. I'm all about implementing, getting into action, taking messy, inspired action, but taking the actions that are right for you personally, not for my business, not for someone else's business, but the ones that are going to move your business forward and are going to get you results. And so getting into action is really an important part of that. But how do you get into action that's actually going to get you results? You want to be strategic about it. You want to think about what your plan is. What is that your drive? What are you moving your business towards? And how can you simplify it so that it's easy for you to implement and continue and repeat and improve on and doing that. So Coach in Your Pocket is unlimited coaching, and it's run over the Voxer app the app called Voxer. And basically the Voxer app is something you put on your phone. It's kind of like a walkie-talkie app. Sorry. So you can listen to people live when they're there, or you can come back and listen to the recording. And why I'm doing Voxer is because I was coached by Voxer. And what I found with it, it is a hugely powerful way to be coaching. You're not waiting a week for your next hour coaching call. You don't have to kind of list things out. And by the time you get to the call, you can't even remember what was important to you a week ago. And so what Voxer does, it allows you to put your thoughts out, to ask questions in the moment they come. Wherever you are, as long as you got your phone, you can leave a message. Now, I answer my Voxer coaching clients Monday through Thursday between 10 a.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Eastern. And maybe on Friday if I happen to be working, but I will answer you as soon as I possibly can, usually very quickly or within an hour or so, depending what's going on. And we have this interactive conversation. So it's kind of like taking your typical hour coaching call and sprinkling it over the entire week so that you can get support when you want it. But the real beauty of Voxer coaching that I discovered as someone who has been coached that way, and as I coach my clients that way, is often just the act of articulating what's going on in the moment, of putting it out there, having that sounding board. Sometimes I've already figured out, or sometimes they've already figured out the next thing to do because they spoke it and they knew somebody was listening and then somebody was checking in them and holding accountable. And that's the power of it. So it is a really powerful container to work with a coach. The things that can happen in that container are huge, and the amount of interaction and care that you get because it's sprinkled over a period of time, as opposed to 1 hour every week or every 2 weeks. Often with coaching, you get that hour sprinkled when you need it and not at a prescribed time. And so that's the power of Voxer coaching. It's really, really cool. Now, I have had a number of Voxer coaching clients, and I've had one who didn't like the medium. Everyone else has excelled on the medium. So it's something worth trying out and understanding that this can be that coach in your pocket. That's someone that's there when you need them to talk about. Now, what do we work on in Voxer coaching, in Coach in Your Pocket? Whatever you need to move your business forward. If you need to, first of all, nailing your 90-day plan. That happens with all my clients, of what are we working towards? What is our plans to do that? And then really figuring out what's your next step. What do you need to do next? If you need to dial up your message and really get clear on who your niche is and who your message is, we'll work on that. If you're looking to launch something new, I have a client on Voxer right now who's launching the most coolest thing that's going to be coming out in the spring. So we're working on that. We're working on the background on getting the right things in place so that she can put out this really, really cool membership and get it out there. But we're also working on how does she grow her audience, because if you don't have enough people coming in, it's really difficult to grow your business. So it's about tailoring what we work on together to create the next things in your business, to simplify things, to get your systems in place, to have a plan, to study your results and figure out how to tweak them. And it's the accountability and the sounding board. Those are the beautiful things about Voxer. Every business is different. Now, I say that, but all businesses have the same things involved in it. So we focus on those things and we focus on what's going on in your business. I'm just looking over here to make sure I'm covering everything. So is Voxer for you personally? If you're wondering, will this work for me? It will work for anyone who's ready to be coached. And it's about being in action. This is not a training course. This is not a learning. We will learn and train, but it's about being in action and moving forward. So example, I have a client right now in Voxer who's setting up a freebie and setting up all the systems and getting that working so she can grow her audience, so she can get results, right? It's very result driven. What am I trying to do in my business? How am I trying to grow my business? How often can you message me? So this is the cool part about it. You can leave a message anytime, 3 o'clock in the morning, if that's when your idea comes. I'm going to listen to those messages between that 10 a.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Eastern, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I usually respond within a couple hours, but you will always get an answer that day. And then it's working through that. I'm also going to check in on you if I don't hear from you to make sure you are accountable to what you want. And so it's a really cool program. It has a lot of power. Is it for you personally? If you're in doubt, you can click on the link that's in the email or on the page, and you can book a call or just respond to something and say, hey, I'd like to talk to you about this to see if it fits for what I need. So let me know. I wanted to keep this short, and I've probably gone a bit longer, and you can tell I'm really passionate about this because I know how powerful it was for me when I was being coached with somebody over Voxer, and I know how powerful it is for my clients, how supportive they feel, and how they get to sprinkle that typical coaching time over multiple times and days when they most need it. And that is ultimately the power of Voxer coaching. So let me know if you have any other questions. Hit reply to an email, send me an email. And if you want to book a call to chat, we can chat about it if this is for you.